Going live. Hello and welcome to what may be the final episode of these set of adventures, but that doesn't mean that the story can't continue. This is Star Trek Adventures, and we have a fine and intrepid crew of super duper adventurers who really know what they're doing. And if I get really, really close to this screen, it gets really disturbing.
I can count your freckles.
My next release to will be testifying against me at the court martial.
Well, that might be the next story. You never know.
Yeah.
Because that is the thing. If we finish, we have options.
That might be the next story. You never know.
Sorry. Sorry, I had to.
You know that big promotion you were thinking of.
Did I scotch it?
Because of course we have options. We could, of course, play some more adventures. There's nothing that stops us from making up our own adventures and stories after we finish these ones. Or we could do something else. It's always a possibility. But that's the point. Because it isn't easy.
Because I want to show the new cat when I get her.
Yeah, but it's like
definitely feature the cat.
That's the idea of this. It's a very easygoing thing. So we'll see how we go. But I have to ask one thing, and it's not where babies come from. Don't worry, I'll ask when I'm older. It is. Can anyone remember what we were doing last week?
No.
I was wanting to nuke something.
It weren't last week, were it? It were a fortnight ago, was it? No, did we play last week? I don't.
We were going to, but I wanted everyone to be able to be here for what might be the final thing, because I think when we've been going through everything, people should have the chance to be here for the finale.
No, fair dues.
One of these two.
Oh,
so fluffy. Yeah, so pretty.
Oh, look at the eyes.
Fluffy.
They already know they're cute.
Yep.
Oh,
I can feel my allergies coming on as we speak.
All the way from Canada.
I know that. I had a cat for 16 years, and I found out that I was allergic to cats about 3 or 4 weeks after I got her.
Oh, 3 or 4. Okay.
So I just took antihistamines for 16 years.
Do you know, it's strange, those antihistamines. The non-drowsy ones, one of the side effects is drowsiness. And don't I just get drowsy on the non-drowsies? I shudder to think what would happen if I were to take a full power one or whatever the regular ones are. But and apparently I get a bit silly. So I don't know. Mood-altering antihistamines.
that is a side effect of many chemicals. I know my better half. If you give her Pepsi Max, she gets hyper.
That's caffeine, though, isn't it? Surely.
No, she's fine with everything else. It's just the chemical that's in Pepsi Max that it's their version that makes it taste like the full fat stuff.
Oh,
whatever they put in that, it sets them off.
You can't blame Pepsi Max for Jenny poking you with the green finger.
That's not what I'm blaming her for.
She's got a lot to answer for, does Jenny, has she? So
we have a viewer. I'm wondering if she's listening.
She is. Hello.
Yes. Hello to all of our fans.
Yes. Hello. So,
who do we have in the chat? Not a
Captain
sausage.
Dowd. Captain Dowd is in the chat saying, no, that's in the private chat. We have Captain Dowd in the chat as well.
Yes.
Oh, you're on multiple chat. Yeah, complicated.
I'm trying to spell Cockney, Yeah. Why am I on my own then?
Oh, I Mary Poppins.
Dame Edna has this one. She does the Christmas address, and she talks about how she's really good friends with Queen Elizabeth, as was. And she says, do you know that Queen Elizabeth has a slightly Cockney accent when she's on her own? She puts on the posh voice because she thinks we expect it. So the other day she said, "Here, Edna love, what am I going to say on the flippin' telly this Christmas?" Oh dear. problematic as that fellow was, I did love Dame Edna.
So,
Okay, so we were on Moana 3.
Oh,
Tabby nearly capped it.
I'm still on the ship.
We were we were in the ruins. I think we eliminated all the Romulans, whether we got them by felled tree or laser beam or
or orbital laser barrage.
oh, that's right. It's a wonder we weren't all taken out.
Did I launch any nukes at them?
You were
No,
planning
you
to.
shot them from space.
You didn't try to glass the planet just yet.
No.
So yes, we're on the planet, and I believe you had just eliminated the Romulans. You'd found the one Romulan that you had beamed down earlier on for causing a bit of trouble.
Yeah. That's what a bit of cheek gets you.
Yes, and you were about to start looking for the
Iconian gate. Yeah.
Yes. So I have a question for you. Would any of you like to scan the ruins to see if there's any indication of this Iconian
Do I do
gateway?
the scan?
You can't do the scan. You're on the you're on the ship.
You were going to say you're still in the airplane.
I can scan from orbit, can't I?
You can try to scan from orbit, but there's nothing there. It's kind of hidden. That's kind of the point.
Yes, shall we,
Get to work.
shall we do some scanning down here? I can volunteer to scan if you can put the dice roller in the chat.
Oh, of course, yes, the dice roll. I knew I'd forgotten something.
I'm very prepared. I've got my dice roller and my statistics card. I'm very chuffed with myself.
Do you?
I've got the dice roller bookmarked, and I've got that.
I have to find the stats card again on Zoe's Google Drive. But...
And I've got the dice roller and my stats card on my other screen, on my other TV.
Does my focus on Egyptian culture in my stats card help among these ruins somehow?
Well, you know, it might.
You're not going to find the remains of Tutankhamun in those ruins.
You never know. Tutankhamun might be in there.
Yeah, if Stargate tells us anything, Egyptians are aliens or something like that.
I met a traveller from an antique land who had two vast and trunkless legs of stone. Yes, anyway.
My goodness.
So, still
Never
have the
mind
dice
the
roller
Shakespeare.
in the internal chat.
I'm going to send you the link for your character as well on the private chat.
Excellent, thank you.
There you go. So, if I could
I've got Tabby. What I'm after is the dice roller.
Oh, the dice roller. Okay, yep, I sent that as well.
Oh, but now we can all access his character in case he's telling big pikeys about his abilities. What did I say?
You used the term that is
Oh
regarded as
no, that's a rude term. Yeah,
yes.
Porkies, yes. Pikeys, oh yeah.
I believe that wasn't unintended. So, members of Twitter, please don't cancel us. That was a slip of the tongue and a cultural difference.
They're probably American and don't know what they're talking about.
I shouldn't have said anything then. My goodness.
Yeah, you drew attention to my gaffes. Thank you for that.
I apologize.
Porkies.
So, if I could have an insight plus science check, please, with 2d20.
Insight plus science. So insight is 8 and science is 2.
It is.
Oh.
2d20 gives me 20 and 3, respectively.
So you've got a success. I have something to read out. Oh my goodness. Your tricorder readings take you down a cut path through a denser part of the jungle. It's basically leading you on the way. Red leafy vines cover collapsed stone structures with strange markings on them. You estimate these ruins date back thousands of years.
Sorry, how long?
Thousands of years.
Oh, I thought you said 12.
Are they Egyptian hieroglyphs?
They are hieroglyphic, but they're not Egyptian.
Are the hieroglyphs similar to the Egyptian ones?
in the way that many humanoid languages have some similarities, they do
Sort of
seem to have some, let's say, iconography that you might be able to recognize if you were to look at it.
Well, I'm looking at it. Do I recognize anything?
Okay, could I have another insight plus science check, please?
Oh, that's 8 and 2 again, and
Yes.
2d20 is getting me 17 and 12.
Unfortunately, not quite what I was looking for.
Can I have
So-
a crack?
Scratching my head with
Certainly
that.
So
Certainly can.
2d20. I'm fifth. My combined score for those two things is 15. And dice roller 2. Gosh, this laptop is just hanging on by its thread.
I know the feeling.
I bought a new. There's a new one sitting over in the living room, but I haven't. I bought the Microsoft Suite and all that jazz. I just haven't had time to get it going. Roll these dice. 7 and 5.
Okay, so the markings that you notice here share a lot of similarities with the Dionysian language or Dionysian language. I can't remember how they pronounce it on the show, which is suggesting that they're Iconian in origin. Given that you've got that many successes, would you like more information?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, according to my stats card, I'm a master of linguistics,
So you should have been on the planet.
so they could always call me and ask me to come beam down.
Perhaps
If
in a
we've got a
moment.
master of linguistics, can't we beam him down?
Comparing common root words from the language database in your tricorder, you approximate an interpretation of one of the fragments. You believe it speaks about a great conflagration and an exodus to a land of peace and idyllic existence. A later fragment is a warning to close the gate forever.
Peace and idyllic existence sounds rather nice. I could have a nice snooze with that.
Mm.
Yeah, basically it's saying like, wipe your feet, close the door after you.
Lovely accent there. Excellent.
So there was no sort of like shopping mall directory or anything that would point us to the gate.
Not as far as it suggests here, but it does say to close the gate forever.
So they were escaping a planetary thingamabob, disaster, conflagration. Somebody forgot the pilot light, probably, and so they left, but they closed the gate, and maybe these the numpties are trying to. Oh, no eyes. The numpties are trying to start her up again, and that's what we have to prevent because the gate is. I forget if they're sending things through the gate or bringing things through the gate. Either way, it's
Dodge.
yeah. It's
You have to
neat.
throw something to the fiery pits of Mordor or something.
Enigma to Lieutenant Dowd. I've monitored the situation. Prepare for yourself and Ensign Tabby to be beamed back aboard the ship.
Oh.
We're gonna throw a couple of nukes at the site.
Yes, I do wonder whether all our efforts last week week before last of individually attacking these various Romulans might entirely go to waste if the entire planet ends up being vaporized.
Well, according to
the
results of your universal translator, it does say the gate must be destroyed forever.
It says to close it, yeah.
Well, hang on. The gate must be destroyed is not the same as closing the gate, right? A closed gate stops things getting through. No gate does not stop things getting through. And destroying the gate, the result is no gate. So I think you need the gates to exist if you want it to be closed.
Yeah, but destroying the gate will make it closed in a more permanent sense.
Well, not really.
Well,
I mean, if at the bottom of your garden you don't have a gate, you don't stop people getting in, right? It's not you have an automatic fence just because you close the gate.
Yeah, but
if you have no gate, nothing to stop whatever it is getting through.
But a but a gateway portal is different from a garden gate.
Well, I think perhaps only our host can tell us the precise answer to this question. I think she probably better had do so. Otherwise, you may end up arguing the whole night and not doing very much.
Well, I've got a couple things to say. First, I'm not the host or anything, but first, I've never seen an Iconian gate up close, and I'd kind of like to have the opportunity and maybe take a couple of snaps or a selfie or two. Secondly, we're not very familiar with that technology, and throwing bombs at it may actually do more harm than good. I think we need to have a proper deco and take some readings and decide a proper course of action. Sometimes we need to wield the scalpel and not the sledgehammer.
Yes.
Well, you have 10 minutes to do your scans then.
Okay.
Is that starting now, or is that starting when we find it?
Well, you've got 1 hour to find the gate, 10 minutes to do all your scans, and if you're still on the planet when that time ends, I'll be nuking it whether you're back on the ship or not.
Okay, just to make sure, right?
It's clearly a menace to the Federation.
Feats don't fail us now.
Giving much of a set of options, is it? Had we better just do some scanning for the time being and find this thing and find out quite what it's like? And because we don't know if blowing it all up will make it open forever, which would be precisely the opposite of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, this is an unfamiliar technology and certainly a very advanced one, and there could be some learning opportunities for the Federation as well.
That's why I'm having some red matter put into one of the nukes. We'll destroy the entire. We'll vaporize the whole planet if we have to.
Where are you getting this stuff?
I'm going to have a word with Quark. Where's he getting this stuff?
He's just giving it out like Pez.
I don't question Quark where he gets the stuff from. Or the only payment I'm giving, the main thing I'm doing for Quark in return is having a word with Colonel Kira to make sure we can keep his bar open.
Oh.
Yes.
Hello to Chris the Duke.
Hello. And so true.
Tonight's beverage of choice is Diet Pepsi.
Not Pepsi Maximum or whatever you were talking about. You don't want Jenny going off the rails.
No.
No.
Off the rails.
Oh yeah. No pun intended. Okay, well, we a computer. Could you give us a 1 hour and 10-minute countdown? And let's get this road on the show. Let's start scanning.
Starting now.
Thank you, Alexa.
I cannot do an American accent for the computer, but I just
go like this, and it kind of works.
Major Barrett.
I can't do a Major Barrett. I can't do anyone. I can do me, kind of.
American's not that hard.
It is when you can barely speak English.
Maybe a Foghorn Leghorn for the voice.
Well, that's American for you.
So the dirt path that you're on continues down, but soon ends at an enormous staircase formed by natural basalt columns. Is it basalt or basalt? Basalt columns. At the top, dense shrubs.
That's what the fire was.
At the top, dense shrubs and tall grass grow around the foot of a snow-capped mountain. A triangular stone and metal structure covered in creeping vines juts out of the side of the mountain slope. A neural parasite scurries from the underbush into a crack at the base of the stone.
So the numpties live in the dormant volcano?
It seems like we're in the right place. Shall we scan the entrance for maybe an entry code or something?
QR code or something? It's one of those little button presses.
That's a good idea, actually. So if I could have an insight plus engineering, And if someone wants to assist with a reason plus science, I would not say no to that either.
Well, why don't I assist?
I've got an 8 and a 5 for
Well,
those.
My reason is 12. My science is 5, so that's 17.
I've only got 11 and 2.
Say again?
I've only got 11 and 2 for reason and science. Who's the? What are the first things?
Insight plus engineering.
8
So
and 2.
insight is 10 and engineering it. So I have 11. 8, 9, 10. Well, I beat you out by like one measly point. I think,
so
if I heard right.
And then thou would assist if we're doing for those numbers.
Yeah,
I think
sure, go for
mine
it.
has the assistance. So should I go first?
So he's doing 2d20 and I do 1d20?
If you're assisting, you do 1d20. If you're doing the main thing, it's 2d20.
Okay, I've got 18 and 9.
Okay. And what was your number again for your total?
10.
10. So you got it a success. Okay. And what was the assist?
12.
12. So that's another. So that's 2 successes. Yeah.
Yep. You can't keep a good Betazoid down. Not today.
Okay. Just give me one moment to throw some dice, please.
Oh, the old-fashioned dice.
We pause
Okay.
now for dice rolling.
Enigma 2 of 10 and doubt. I advise caution.
A little bit late for that. Ho-ho! So, Tabby, could you please take 4 damage? Because a
take
blue
4
light
damage.
of electricity discharges from a hidden control panel and hits you right in the chest.
That sounds painful. Do I have to record something somewhere? I'm not sure I've got a way of doing that.
No, that just takes 4 off your stress level, but that will come back if we don't have any more fights.
Okay, I don't have a way of recording that, so you'll have to keep track of that
That's
one.
okay. I will keep track on where is it? There it is. Tabby has. You have how many stress? Give me 1 second.
5 lives left.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, we nearly killed him the week he wasn't there, I
That
think.
is true.
So I don't know. That might have been a bit stressful.
You've got 7 left. Don't worry, because it all comes back at the end of a scene. You see, and we finish the scene. Meanwhile,
This is the Call of Duty version, is it? Where the health regenerates automatically.
Yes, that is it exactly. Meanwhile, up on the ship, we have a surprising development. Bleep, 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 bleep. Emergency medical hologram to bridge.
Yes.
Lieutenant Commander, we have a situation. The captain has woken up, and we need a security team immediately.
Breach the security, set off sick bay.
Thank you. If you could send down someone who you trust, and only that you trust, I could do with a rather confidential chat.
Lieutenant Dow, prepare to beam directly to sick bay.
Was I uninjured in the? I'll just
you weren't injured. Tabby's been hurt, but is still upright.
Okay, well, stiff upper lip, Tabby. I got a jet, so we'll see you on the flip side, I suppose. Milton, sorry, what are we? Engina? What are we? Enigma. Enigma, one to beam up. One to beam up directly to sickbay.
Beam start effect on for the sound.
Look at my special effects.
Keep a safe distance away and keep scanning.
Yes, that is a good idea. Tabby, I'll be back with you in just 1 moment.
And keep your phaser on standby.
Lieutenant, we have quite a situation here. The captain has reported something a little disturbing. Unfortunately, it appears that we may have a saboteur on board.
Really? What gives him that idea?
It appears that all of the bridge crew who fell ill and entered a coma, I've managed to identify what was causing it, and we've managed to wake them up. It appears to have been some kind of targeted biological element that had been secreted into the replicator targeting only certain members of the crew in order to incapacitate them so that the ship could possibly be rendered inert or perhaps even taken over by an unknown source. It does seem quite problematic. The captain would like this kept under wraps for now, which is why I asked for the bridge to send only one person that they trust.
That's why I sent you, Lieutenant Dowd.
This will go no further. I suspect the Romulans, while they were on board, may have been up to some monkey shines. So we'll keep them under wraps because they're our prime suspects at the moment.
It does appear that the timing would support that, Lieutenant.
To sick bay. Lieutenant Dowd, report to me in the ready room as soon as you finish this meeting with the EMH.
All right. Keep your hair on. So I'm trying to think of all the things I grew up with watching Coronation Street. All of those colorful metaphors, double dumbass on you, and so forth.
Hi, Lex. How you doing?
Put the captain and the bridge crew into stasis immediately.
Into stasis? But we're getting them better. I've worked out how to make them better.
Yeah, but if they've been programmed to commit sabotage, we can't take any risks.
They haven't been programmed to commit sabotage.
But also, if the captain recovers and comes back is able to come to the bridge, then I can't form my nukes.
That would cramp your style somewhat. I think maybe we should keep the the captain and the other affected crew in quarantine and under heavy guard, if only for their own security, their own safety.
I'll go
along with that.
That does sound the best move at the moment, given that they appear to have clearly been targeted.
Put them in Cargo Bay 2 with 17 of the best security guards we've got remaining, armed with laser compression rifles.
Very well, we'll do that.
Oh, and one other thing. Make sure the phaser compression rifles are set to kill.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, but that's pretty much the end of the conversation for that. I'm going to jump back to Tabby for the moment, and then you guys can. Then I'll come back to you guys in the ready room or wherever you want to be.
If he's still standing. Hi, Lex. Welcome. Good to see you.
Meanwhile, on the planet, Tabby, your tricorder starts to bleep after you got hit, and while you're not detecting any known mechanism in this structure, your scan has triggered something. A glowing blue triangle faintly appears on a piece of stone, as if it's become etched into the stone, and your tricorder reads a small chamber beyond this stone. But when the lit triangle vanishes, so do your readings.
Interesting. Small blue triangle, you say? So do we also have a green X, a red circle, and a purple square?
Are you talking about this?
Oh dear.
I love it. Oh, you see, this is why I love games like this. We have so much fun. It's just that.
I had no idea what you were talking about. I thought this was Connect 4 or something, such as my game knowledge. Heavens.
It's just the triangle.
It's just the triangle. Okay. We've got 3 more to collect then.
Well, what about the green clovers, the purple hearts, and the blue diamonds? They're magically delicious.
Oh my goodness. I thought you were being serious for a second.
Oh, perish the thought. Yeah. When has that ever worked out?
So my question before I jump back up to the ship is, what do you do, Tabby?
Yes. So the blue triangle has appeared on the side of the mountain. Is that right?
Yes.
How big is it? Can you show with your hands?
Well, there's this triangular stone and metal structure. That's what you were scanning. It's a fairly large thing, about I'd say about a foot taller than the average humanoid, and that's what this was it. No, it wasn't. Yeah, confused
Blue
me.
triangle.
Ridiculous. That's what the blue triangle appeared on, but then it disappeared again.
Oh, it disappeared again.
Yes.
Okay. I'll try scanning again and see what happens.
Okay. Could I have an insight plus science task?
Okay. Insight 8, science 2.
2.
And 2d20 gives me 5 and 2.
Oh, 2 successes. Very nice. So what happens here is okay. So let me just quickly check what I'm supposed to be doing here. Right, here we go. So what happened is you scan it again, and the symbol appears again, and it flashes in a certain sequence. By
What is the sequence?
watching how it flashes and then disappears, you are able to work out from your signals, from your scans, because you've got such a big success on this, that you've determined the correct sequence to key into the panel itself due to where the triangle was flashing. You activate the mechanism, the blue triangle appears again, much brighter this time, and it hums with energy. Suddenly, the stone within the triangle becomes translucent. Its molecular structure changes, and it becomes just an open entranceway into the structure. So there we go.
So I think we'd probably better now call the ship and ask for some backup, because I'm not going there on my own. That would be silly.
Fair enough. Someone's been watching enough horror movies to know what not to do.
So if we can get back down, and perhaps a small army, that would be very nice.
Very well.
Me and what army? Oh, that one. Okay.
The one that you've got in your flying paradise. Meanwhile, back on the ship, the two of you are now in the ready room.
Just when we're discussing what the EMH has just been reporting.
Yes.
Yeah, hell of a thing, eh?
Yeah.
This reeks of Romulan. It has the stench all over it.
Agreed. You and Ensign Tabby wants to beam the Romulans aboard.
Are Romulans malodorous generally? Eh?
The Romulans are the sneaky.
Romulans don't need an excuse to be mad at anyone.
Yeah. Basically, a Romulan is he's a Vulcan who's incredibly untrustworthy.
Yeah, very devious.
They've got their own agenda, and they'll pursue it no matter what.
Right, for the moment, have the replicators taken offline and issue emergency rations.
Yeah, no, sounds good. That.
Yeah, don't want to take any risks until they've been given a full diagnostic, and we don't have time for that at the moment.
True, and it was my turn to clean the gunk out of the chicken soup machine, and well, you've saved me from that, so you've got my full backing on that.
I'd already reassigned that job to Ensign Tabby.
Well, you know what he's like.
Bleep, bleep,
Enigma
bleep,
here,
bleep,
report Ensign Tabby.
bleep, 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 bleep. Tabby appears to be calling in from the planet.
Yes, we seem to have opened the gateway. Sorry. Well, I'm supposed to open the gateway to something important looking, but we probably need an army to investigate it because it looks a little bit sinister.
Right. I'll have Lieutenant Dowd beam back down to you with a security team.
Okay.
I hope there are cumulative effects to this transporter thing.
Right, Lieutenant Dowd. Under the authority vested in me by the emergency protocols, I'm promoting you to Lieutenant Commander and First Officer. I want you to beam back down to
Cheers for that.
Ensign coordinates with the security team and fully investigate. But don't.
Okay, well, with a bit of...
I can't need to remind you to take extreme precautions.
Yeah, I'll do all that. And yeah, with a bit of a swagger in me step and a twinkle in me eye, I'll be off to Moana 3 in the morning.
So you can go down now and
Sounds a bit
take
Irish there,
him with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. I'll do that then.
So,
And if this gateway works,
Hold on to that.
yeah, if this gateway works, see if you can send him to the Delta Quadrant first before we destroy it.
Sorry, send who there?
Ensign Kim.
Well,
We did have him transferred to the Enigma as a lowly security guard.
I don't remember that, but you think I'd remember something like that. Well, all right, Harry. Come on, Harry. Let's go.
let's
That's
go.
my bad Hagrid impersonation. Hello, Harry.
Which I always
Before
loved
you-
from the Dresden
before you
files
go,
as well.
Before you go, come on.
Oh yeah, Did you read those books?
Love them. I've got
I did-
I've got 2 left to read in the set that I haven't got to yet, but I love them.
I read tons of them, but I didn't finish. Also, there was a short series on American telly. It was okay.
And
It
before you
wasn't
go,
Harry Dresden, though. He didn't live in a cellar. He wasn't a 7-foot tall, gangly freak of a man.
No. They also had the American putting on a British accent and the British person putting on an American accent.
and before you go, Commander,
Oh yeah, we're still okay.
I need you to bear witness that in light of what has been reported by the EMH, I'm hereby relieving the captain and first officer of command.
I'm sure they'll be very relieved.
In order that they remain under close arrest until this is all cleared up.
Well, definitely, I think they need to be in protective custody, and maybe you can.
Well, they're already in protective custody in the cargo bay.
Okay.
Well, if you think that's best, then okay, then let's assume command.
But considering the captain himself has admitted that they've been compromised by the Romulans.
Well, I think they were a bit sick for a bit. I don't know.
So they're hereby relieved.
Oh well,
Anyway.
if you think that's best.
Yep.
Okay.
I need you to bear witness to that as the next in line senior officer after myself.
Well, it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. They they recline relieved. Yes.
That's a big relief.
Ensign Tabby, prepare to receive Commander Dowd and the security team.
Preparing to receive Commander Dowd and security team.
Can we energize now?
I'm also transporting you down a few extra weapons.
Okay.
Lovely, that's very helpful, thank you.
And I'm
We
not
get a tank,
transporting
thank
you a
you.
new fighter.
You're not handing them a nuke. At some point, I know we're going to end up with a pet nuke on legs at some point, aren't we? Just to follow you around.
And Ensign Tabby, I'm also sending you a transport enhancer.
Ah, what does that do?
Well, when you set it up, it provides us with coordinates for this, what sounds like a gateway, so we can beam the nuke of red matter directly to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It allows us to transport things away from locations that may have weak signal.
Yeah.
So
it's like a little Wi-Fi booster.
It's essentially a Wi-Fi booster for a transporter. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So
energize.
Well, we already.
We're there now.
For the transport. Okay.
So we're back on the planet, and so you're at the opening of the structure. Do you wish to go in with your small army?
Should we send the small army in first, just to be sure?
Down 6 security guards.
It's a small army. They're Federation security guards. They've got guns. That's fine. So,
Should we send the little army in first?
Very well.
Well, but you're very stealthy and cat-like, and you can, detect booby traps and things like that. I think you should take I know this, the point, and I'll bring up the arse end, the rear. I'll bring up the rear.
In a sort of army sandwich configuration.
Exactly, and in a what do you call it, a wedge formation. I hear they're very popular this season. Yeah.
Yes. Well, yes. Just bear in mind my fur has already been singed this episode.
Okay.
We'll brush it out.
Here's the question that we have now, of course. Are you actually going in with your guys?
I think we've both
Well,
got
should we do one more scan first? And maybe I could use my mental probe, my mental abilities to sort of project ahead,
We've got someone else who'd like to join. Hello there. Hello, Krista.
Yay!
Not sure it's working, but okay. Right. So you're doing an extra scan. Hello. Not sure it's working.
That just took a moment.
Oh, we lost Krista.
Oh dear. Well, she looks like she's standing in a train yard. Maybe there's not very good signal there.
I didn't even get a picture.
Would have been nice to have someone who could roleplay some of the security people. Oh well. But okay, so you do a quick scan. Unfortunately, the scans can't penetrate far into the structure. And say that straight away.
So
what about my mental prowess? Could it work? Chris, do you think it's not going to work out for Krista, Zoe?
Yeah, she says it's not working. Maybe next time. No, it'd be nice if we could, but never
I
mind.
hope, yeah, no, defo. Maybe start a new mission too, and then it can be, what do you call it? Fresh start, turn over new leaf, some metaphor. So anyway, yeah, can I, do a little bit of the old Jedi mind trick?
Yes. Let's think what we could do. Let me think about what we would need for that. It would be, let's say, insight plus science. Let's go for science.
Good choice. That is 15 combined score, 10 and 5. And then what do I roll? 2d20 or
2d20, yeah.
Okay, so I need to. Okay.
Hello.
15
hello.
combined score.
Hello.
Aha, we can see and hear you. Well done.
Blimey. Oh, you may need to turn down your radio. I think I heard myself, but maybe I didn't. It's competing with all the other voices in my head.
I hear myself all the time, but I'm not sure whether it's because of my sound system or whether it's one of you guys. I always get confused.
No, it's not mine. No, the only thing I've got playing sound is as we are. Now,
I think it only started when Krista joined, so maybe that's the. Anyway, 9 and 16 is what I rolled, so that's 1 success and 1 non-success.
Okay, you're able to see through your mind and your powers. There are 9 life forms inside. Somewhere in the structure, somewhere below you, there are 9 life forms.
Are they nice?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're distracted.
Okay, then we need to be on our toes.
Yes. So welcome to the game, Krista.
Yes, welcome.
Had you better get our favourite ready?
Nice to see you. To see you, nice.
So we're channeling Bruce Forsyth.
That's always a good one. I'm not sure it's working much with the Wi-Fi, but we'll come back to you in a second. I'm just going to describe what happens as you guys send the people in. So once inside the chamber, you find that it begins a slow descent down into an underground complex.
Sounds complex.
At the end of this descent, there is a lift, and that seems to only have one direction. Down.
So it's not so much a lift as a drop.
No, there's a lift. Definitely a lift.
Yes. Well, I mean, I suppose it also goes up then if it's a lift.
Well, it would, but it only goes down from this point.
Yeah, we're at the top of
They
the.
got sent down the transport enhancer then.
Yes. Very prescient of you. Well done. So, what do you guys want to do? That's the question. Yeah, no worries, Krista. If you're having trouble, that's no worries. We can always bring you in next time if you prefer. That's fine. That's fine as well. Oh, disappeared. Picture's still here, but she's disappeared.
I've got a milk tank. Could we use that, do you think?
Can we do that thing, where we send down an empty lift and then the doors open and they shoot it and then they realize there's nobody in there and we were like stuck to the roof or something and we drop down and we literally get the drop on them.
I love that idea. I love it.
So we could be maybe on top of that. We could go in the lift and go out through the little access hatch.
The access hatch that doesn't exist on any actual real world lift because maintenance people don't go in that way. It's entirely a film thing. If you've ever looked at lifts, there is no access panel on the roof of a lift.
You're harshing my buzz.
There are YouTube channels dedicated to people who sort of surf lifts and stand on top of them, and yes, they don't go in that way. They go on through the doors and down to the top.
Yeah.
Well, if we still have environment suits, we could stand upside down and turn our magnetic boots on, and we could be hanging like bats.
That would be cool. But yeah, I like the idea of doing that. Like, let's say this: you get your security people to brace the doors and try and open them after you've sent the lift down. Go try something else. Will it work on a time? It should do. Yeah, it should. I've logged into this system using a mobile phone one time, and a couple of people in Question Track have. So it might work that way. Yep, no worries. So
we're not going anywhere.
No, we're not.
Well, we might be going down, but
so how about this as a way you could do it? Start the lift and stop the lift, partly down. And then get security people to brace the doors so that they don't close on you. And then get on top, close the lift again with the person who was in it coming back out, like push the button and get out quickly, that kind of thing, and then get on the top. That could work.
It could work in Star Trek. It could not work in Star Wars. When they close a door, they just whoop. Like there's no like you are in or you're out or you're both because you've been sliced in half. So have you ever seen that? Whenever they like hit a door, it just is there. Like it just comes down like a bacon slicer or a guillotine or something. It's insane. So thank goodness for Star Trek rather.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So you're going down, yes, on top of this lift.
Plus, that also happens in pretty much every second episode of Are You Being Served? The lift doesn't work. Dratted thing is stuck.
I thought for a second you were going to say that people were doing some kind of enhanced security infiltration in every other episode of Are You Being Served?
Well, one man's trash is one man's treasure, I suppose. Going down. Do 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 do.
So as the lift
There's a little light saying which floor we're on.
No, there's only 2 floors. As the lift comes to a stop and a large triangle of blue energy hums to life on one of the walls. The stone within the triangle turns translucent, revealing a corridor beyond you. Small glowing blue triangles of light on the walls illuminate the corridor. Ahead, 2 triangular doors begin opening. The first to your immediate right, the second further down the passage where the corridor makes a left turn.
Gosh, the architect of this volcanic lair was a bit trendy, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. They did it in style. A Romulan steps out of the second door and looks around to see why the lift has come down. But he doesn't see anyone. Because you're not in the lift. So, my question is, what do you do?
Is the Romulan going to investigate?
At the moment, he's just stepped out and he's looking around. He seems a bit confused. Like, why's that lift come down?
So are we basically lift surfing in a Star Trek adventure game?
Yes.
Right. We need to be careful not hit by the counterweight on the way back. Because presumably it has a resting floor. When the doors close, it'll just go all the way back up again.
Yeah, and now that we're standing on it, we might get crushed. So we need to make a move.
So, what do you do?
Sorry.
Sorry. Are you okay? Lieutenant Dowd, are you okay?
Oh yeah, sorry, just something in my eye.
Yeah, it's just that your eye seemed to go a little bit red. That's all I was like. Are you okay?
Oh no, I'm fine. Yeah, thanks. Cheers for asking. No, maybe I don't know what it is. Well, it is out. There are forest fires and allergy season, so it could be. Take your pick, really. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were asking somebody else.
How's that going? Are you guys safe at the moment?
Oh yeah, they're nowhere near us. But I mean, the smoke, casts a long shadow. It makes its way. I do find myself sometimes getting a bit scratchy in the throat. And but no, I'm nowhere near anything like that. Distance-wise, they're all in other provinces and things like that. But it's just the wind brings some of the smoke over.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And down to the US.
I saw pictures of that. Yeah, New York was orange.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. And so, they're like blaming us. So I think we need to lure that Romulan to us so that we can, like maybe we drop something or make a noise or something that he needs to investigate. Throw a pebble. Surely one of us brought a pebble. What? Or do you have what do you reckon, Tabby?
Well,
we got to act quickly before the. Oh,
cats
very good.
Quite good at stealth, aren't they?
That's a whole new experience.
Yes, I mean, could I sort of sneak out of the lift when the Romulan's not looking and get behind him? Because I've got this stealth attack thing, haven't I, in my stats?
Oh yeah, you're very stealthy. So maybe one of the security guards could throw something to distract, like throw something in the opposite direction, past the person, so that they're back to us. The back is to us.
That sounds like a plan. So we've got Krista in. Welcome to the show.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh, you're now audio and video. Excellent. So she could play some of our security people, which would be nice, along with Patrick, since Ferrin is up on the spaceship. So
yes, caressing nukes if I don't miss my guess.
My precious, yes.
Yes, my pretty.
I can just see him now. He's sat at the captain's chair, and he's got the little nuke
on either side, or on his lap. Yes.
Hello, Mr. Dowd. We have been expecting you.
Well, yes, I am wanting to fire my precious nukes.
You might get your chance. So we have.
I want to use these nukes I've got and red matter I got from Quark at great expense.
You'll get your chance. You'll get your chance. You'll all get your chance.
And if you got it from Quark, it may just be like Play-Doh or something. It may not be the genuine article.
I can just
Could
see
be.
that now. It's like 3, 2, 1, and then a little flag comes out. It just says bang.
Bang.
Oh no, they work. I had it tested on a derelict Bajoran moon before we left.
That was you. They're still
my God.
cleaning that up, you know.
I got blamed for that, I'll have you know.
So,
Isn't our timer counting down while we're all talking about stroking nukes?
yes.
I do that to do some actual
So,
stuff.
so Chris.
60 minutes remaining.
Oh heaven! Oh yeah, that's right. We're on a timer to boot. So Krista needs to
Yes.
toss
So
something.
if you're going to do this, where is my rule book about all of this stuff? It's like ranged attacks and all of that. It's like,
Is that a proper book?
oh yeah, I've got the role playing.
Oh, I thought it was some kind of online type thing.
I've got the
You
PDF as well,
surprised
yeah.
me.
Oh no, so it's
Oh.
all about the old-fashioned stuff, books and the dice and
Well,
computers from 1983 and things.
I've got the
Yeah.
PDF, but I also like having the rule book because that way I can read it when I'm in bed, you know. Although technically I could read it on the PDF. I do have it on my Kindle. I just like books. Leave me
I do
alone.
too. I do too. I always have one in the car just in case.
Just in case you have an emergency book shortage or need to jam a door
Well,
open.
in case I have to wait at the doctor's office or at the car mechanic or something, I can whip out my book. Although I do have a Kindle on my mobile as well, I guess. Look at that. But sometimes, your battery may go.
Do you have car boot sales in Canada?
Not as such. They're more likely to be garage sales or. I mean, people aren't familiar with the idea of boot as opposed to what do they call it? Trunk? No, bonnet. No, trunk. Trunk is the back end. Yeah.
Yeah, and the hoods.
But we don't. Yard sales are more common here. Pardon?
Swap meet.
Swap meets.
Yeah.
That's a very American idea. I've never heard of it here in Canada. I know I heard of it when we lived in America, but I've not heard it since coming to Canada, and that's been a while, since grade 12, no 11, I think.
I have
Gosh,
no
that's a long
idea
time.
what that is. I know
June-
of them.
Junior year.
Year 11, I think it's saying, isn't it?
It's the second year of high school, no, third year of high school.
See, my knowledge of grade systems comes from American TV, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Saved by the Bell, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I have no idea what it actually is in context. I just know that they grade things.
No, well, secondary school has 4 years in it, and so that would be grade 9, 10, 11, and 12, or 9th grade, 10th grade, etc. But anyway,
their 12th grade will be our final year of school.
Right.
How do you better start throwing stones and distracting people?
Yeah,
yes,
that's a good idea. Because we're on a
Yes.
timer.
We are,
yes,
yes. So,
we're burning
Krista,
daylight. We're burning daylight.
as
Or
our security person,
I told them they've got so long to investigate before I've been down and before I fired a nuke.
do you have it available to do a dice roller?
I don't have a dice roller, but I don't know how to get one either.
Right. Fair enough. In that case, would you like me to roll instead?
Yes,
'Cause I
please.
have the dice here. Okay, let's do this.
old school.
Okay, so a 3 and a 2, you have 2 successes. So you can successfully throw whatever you can get your hands on as a distraction. And clunk, dink, dink, dink. The Romulan is definitely distracted. However, it only required a success of 1. So should I suggest you add that to your momentum stack in case you need it later?
Yeah, is that okay, guys? Can we add it to momentum?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Pop it in the bank
Yeah,
for
put it
rainy
in the
day.
bank.
Okay, momentum is 4 now. My goodness. Ooh, that was a weird way of saying 4.
work?
I went a bit Irish. I don't know why.
Or West Country, I suppose.
Yeah.
War.
So that's
Jim
what you need.
All right. So I think now the Romulan's distracted, isn't it time for me to sneak up behind him with my claws?
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a sneak attack. Let's see, what would we use for a sneak? I'm gonna go with daring plus security.
Okay, I've got daring of 8, security of 4,
Yep.
quick to action as a talent, if that's relevant.
I was thinking actually quick to action with a focus on survival might work out really well, and that will give you essentially a reduction in the amount of things you need. So I'm saying 1 success.
Okay, I'm going to roll 2d20 now, which is 2 and 16.
So you got the success. Okay.
You're a winner, baby.
I'm going to need a melee attack for grappling him, aren't I? Because you're trying. What were you trying to do? Knock him out or something?
Yes, that'll do. Yes, take him down and
Okay.
immobilize him for the time being.
Could I have daring plus security, please?
Daring 8, security 4.
Okay.
So shall I roll 2d20 again?
Yes, please.
So 16 and 7.
16 and 7. I need to do this against the Romulan, which is so 16 and 7. That was your right.
Is that a pot noodle?
16 and 7 compared
No.
to his 14 and 4. His daring and security is 12.
Yes.
So he's only got 1. How many successes did you get?
I got 16, 7, which are the numbers.
So you got
That's 1.
1 security to 1 security. Ooh. Okay. So you're fighting, but you did come up behind him. So you win. Oh, I like this. I've got an example here. That's Kirk kind of creeps up behind someone and attempts to stun with a basically with a 2-fisted punch to the back of the head. The mobster. This is literally what's here. The mobster that he's attacking generates 1 success with his own daring. Kirk gets 1 success. As Kirk was the aggressor, he wins the tie and rolls to inflict damage. There we go.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds good.
What do I roll now?
Unarmed will be
My, that was a lot of words.
an unarmed strike. I do know what that is because we've got it in your list, haven't we? Yeah. Unarmed strike knockdown. So that's what we want.
Oh, wait a minute. Are these, if they're infected, these things take forever to go down.
Thank you.
You should have shot him on kill or whatever.
5 is what I've got for unarmed strike under weapons.
That's my little armchair quarterback.
Unarmed strike 5.
Yes. Oh, that's it. Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. 5. So I need you to roll 5d4, please.
5d4.
Yep.
Oh,
Right.
that's
Confirm 5d4. So that's 3, 4, 2, 1, 2 for 5d4.
4, 2, 1, 2. So I believe that's a fair amount. I've got to quickly check what the exact thing is because it's a ridiculous set of rules. Where is the rules booklet? There it is.
I'm sure it was d4, not d6 you wanted? Remember it being 6 at some point. But
D6, yes. Sorry.
5d6.
5d6.
So, okay. 3, 5, 4, 4, 5.
3, 5, 4, 4, 5. Okay, that's 4. He takes 4 damage, and you have 2 effects. The effects I would suggest you use for extra damage.
Okay, yes, let's do that.
Okay, that way he's down. He's actually down.
Okay.
So.
And I'm now
Well
going to
done,
encourage
Mike.
the small army to tie him up.
Okay.
That's
Patrick and Krista can come in and help make sure that he doesn't get back up. So the question is, now that he's down, the Romulan that's was in the area, you've managed to subdue. So, where are we next? Where are we at this point? So, right. There are two rooms on this corridor, and no guys except this Romulan came and saw you. So at the moment, no one else knows you're here. What do you do next?
Is there somewhere that they have?
Sorry, I can't understand if more than one person's talking. I have a real deafness issue.
I'm just wondering whether we can find some cake to have while nobody's looking. But
I'm sorry to say that neither of the rooms that are off this corridor is a canteen.
Are they sealed? Sorry.
Sorry, no, the rooms are open. That's just when your lift came down, the doors just essentially formed in the walls, so they are open to the air.
And there were I think 9 people. One of them is now accounted for. So I guess we have to assume.
A scan for neutrino signatures.
Scan for what?
Neutrino signatures, or whatever the signatures required to scan is needed for scanning for cloaked ships or cloaked.
Oh, I see. Because they're Romulans, you're scanning for cloak technology. Okay. Could I have an insight plus science, please, of whoever wants to scan?
I've got a 10 and a 5.
Not if you're playing as one of the guys on the ground, you don't. You have a straight 10.
Right.
Because you're one of the NPCs if you're here.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're up in the ship. Are you scanning as Ferrin or one of the security?
Security.
Okay, it's your stats are 10, so I need 2d6, please. Sorry, 2d20, please. I don't know where I'm getting these numbers from. It's just like
right, 2 and 7.
2 and 7. Okay, that's 2 successes, and there are no neutrino signatures, but there is a very, very strong signature that isn't neutrinos that is kind of swamping the entire bandwidth at the moment. And it's coming from the power room.
Are either of the rooms off the corridor the power room?
The power room. Sorry, I've just given away what it is.
The powder room.
That's not what I meant to do. The second room on the corridor. From the point of view of the lift, you've got one room and then one room. The second room is generating a lot of signals.
And sorry, did you say the power room or the powder room?
Power.
Cheeky.
I thought it was a room full of catnip.
There is no catnip room. You're all a bunch of buggers, you lot.
So had we better go into the power room, making sure we're not holding any crowbars and checking to see whether we've got our wiring loom ready?
Well, but we have to pass the other room, and is there any? I think we need to sort of storm both of them maybe at the same time, because there may be people in, like, we don't know who's where. Can I tell at this distance with my mentals?
Have we got flash grenades?
Sorry, what?
Do we have any flash grenades? Or is that still very un-Federation?
You don't have any flash grenades because you used grenades up on the original encounter, up on the surface.
We'll have to order a few more next time.
Okay, what I can tell you for certain, given where I'm looking here, is that all of the other Romulans appear to be in. Let me just quickly check. I've got to get this correct. Otherwise, I might tell you that they're on the wrong place. Yep. All of the Romulans that are remaining are in the power room.
Okay. Well then, I'm curious what the other room is and if it's of any help to us.
Let's have a
Could
look
we
in
use
that other room.
momentum to find out?
Sorry?
Using momentum to find out.
Unfortunately, not in this particular situation. You could get more information if you were doing something, but I don't think a tricorder scan would give you the extra information, given that it's swamped with the radiation. So it's a good idea, though. It's a good idea. However,
Yeah, we need to keep
not
track of
in a
those
particular situation.
momentum.
Oh, I can tell you exactly how much you've got. You've got 4 points. 4 momentum at the moment.
No, I'm just saying it's good to keep. Krista's point is well taken that we should keep track of those and not forget we've got them, because they go right out of my mind. So, I mean, can we send Tabby and Krista on ahead to just check out that first room, while
Yes,
the rest of us keep a very careful eye on the power room, or the powder room, as maybe.
Right. Okay. That's perfectly fine. And let me just arrange this correctly. So you want Krista and Tabby? Was that?
Well, as long as Krista and Tabby are okay with it.
Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to bring up something in a moment. I just needed to arrange that. And let me bring up this. So the first room. The first door, you step into an empty pyramid-shaped chamber. Small niches lie on the smooth stone walls. These dusty, shallow recesses hold palm-sized pyramids, all sculpted from an unknown metal.
Are we playing the Crystal Maze all of a sudden?
Yes, the door slams shut and a bald man shouts, "You have 10 seconds."
To complete the task.
Meanwhile, in the other room, you come in, and the second door houses what appears to be the power supply for this facility. Control panels, like the one at the access point, cover all the walls of this pyramid-shaped chamber.
Oh, the gateway's not in there. Wait a minute. Iconian, is that the round one? The round sort of wobbly one? Or is that something else?
They're not necessarily round. They can actually be rectangular as well. But yes, it is the big wobbly thing where you see the flashes of different places that it joins to.
Right. Oh, yes, because I remember in TNG there was a picture of Toronto, the city hall, Toronto City Hall. I was like, wow, they really didn't splash out for first class tickets to anywhere.
So I'm going to go by room. First room, I believe that's Krista and Tabby.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you do?
Any thoughts, Krista?
Well, I'm wondering whether them pyramids go in the room next door and do something. But we can't scan them for anything, or can we scan them?
You can certainly scan them. If you want to use your tricorder, I'll need a reason plus science check.
I'm a security person, so what is that?
That would be 10, because essentially you're playing a standard security person. All of their stats are 10, so you get 10.
What do I do? I need to roll some dice.
2d20 if you have the ability.
I have now, but I've
Excellent.
I've got 8 and 16.
Okay, one that's one success, because you're basically aiming for under 10. So 8 is a success. Right.
Well done.
These objects are solid, but don't appear to have any known mechanism in it. But they are emitting an energy signature that looks similar to a battery, essentially.
Yes.
So we dropped off there. Zoe. What was the last? Similar to what?
An energy signature. It looks a little like a battery.
Like a battery.
Mm.
So they probably go in something and power something is what I'm gonna hazard a guess at. That they're some kind of a power source. That if you took them out of this room and took them to the power room and put them in some slots, you'd get power. That's what I'm gonna.
That sounds reasonable. Yeah.
So should we all carry a bundle under our arms?
Are you sure we want to do this? Because this thing sounds a bit dangerous if we're going to power it up. Stuff might come through it.
Well, I mean, possibly, but I'm not sure we're going to get to the end of this episode unless we do something interesting, are we?
Can we beam some? Can we beam some up to Patrick and get them analysed?
You want to beam the batteries?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Patrick. What are you thinking about this? You can always nuke them if there's an issue.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of beaming you lot back and forth in my nuke with the red matter.
Yes, well, we haven't quite finished investigating yet.
I don't think our hour and 10 minutes is, although I could be very wrong about that. It's been, we have
45 minutes remaining.
Oh, okay.
Right, we need to hurry up with this and come to Tabby. What do you think? What should we do with these?
Batteries, yes. Well, I mean, I suppose if one of us, if one of our mobile phones ran out of charge, we could use as a backup, couldn't we?
Well, that sounds a fair plan, but we need to do something else with them.
Commander down.
Can we beam just one up to Patrick and get it to the lab and get it checked out and something to that effect?
I mean, if we have a multimeter with us, we can just.
There's an issue.
Can you scan the batteries with the tricorder?
Well, they just did that, I think.
Yep, they've just done
All
that.
it needs a multimeter, isn't it? Just get the voltage and polarity.
Well, beam the batteries aboard.
Okay,
I'm not allowed to check.
My question is, how are you going to do this?
Well, I did give Dowd and Tabby a transport enhancer.
Yes. So, are you setting the transport enhancer up and putting them in it?
Yes. Sorry, I missed that bit. There's a bit of a bad signal this evening, so I'm missing something people are saying. What was that?
No worries. Patrick's reminded us that we have the transport enhancer. So if you set up the enhancer in like a triangular formation or whatever, are you then picking the batteries up and placing them inside the field for the transport pattern enhancer?
Yes. Well, let's do that then.
I think we should send 2 up. Send 2 and keep the rest.
Okay. In that case, if you're touching them, this is why I was pushing to see what you were going to do.
Do we not have tongs anyway?
Okay. As you pick the first one up, the pyramid begins to glow blue in your hand. The light flickers and sputters as if the mechanism has been damaged. Images flood into your mind at an alarming rate, depicting millions of people dying in an orbital bombardment on some distant planet, though some survived by stepping through a gateway to Moana 3. That's the images that you're getting in your head. However, they're coming in so thick and fast, all of these images, that I need you to roll a fitness plus security task. So basically 2d10, please. Sorry, 2d20, please. I mean.
And is it Chris or me rolling that, or both of us?
Whoever picked up the pyramid.
Me.
Okay, 2d20, please.
Right, 12 and 5.
12 and 5. Okay. Unfortunately, you've just taken a certain amount of damage from this. Give me just one. You have taken 3 damage. You're fine. You've got a headache.
I've got a bit of a headache from it. Okay. Right. Let's not touch these. My deduction is let's not touch these things anymore because they seem to be a hazardous thing.
Use your feet to kick them. Use your feet to push them into the.
Oh no, that's a bad idea. We need some gloves or something.
Can we get some tongs beamed down from the catering deck, perhaps?
Catering deck.
Some gloves. Oven gloves.
Beam down a shovel.
Turns out they're not batteries. They're books. They're like e-books.
Oh, I see. So they're more like a Kindle than a yes.
Or just leave the batteries where they are on the floor and put the transport enhancers around them.
I don't think that's a good idea. That you injure everybody on the ship with these things. They're like
dangerous.
They're like chips, electronic chips.
Activate activating answers anyway.
Perhaps
Okay.
we should leave them alone for the time being. And
Yeah,
perhaps
then
keep
we're
them
gonna
power
not
for-
touch them anymore and leave them well alone.
I think I agree with Mr. on this one. Perhaps the people in the powder room can
Direct
help.
order. Set up
Right.
the enhancers now.
Meanwhile, in the other room, I'd like to find out what they're doing as well. So, Lieutenant Commander Dowd, since you've been promoted, I'm feeling a big promotion coming on, Lieutenant Commander.
I
And,
just had a feeling. I just had a feeling.
Another security person. You're in this room full of control panels. What do you do?
Can you just? I'm sorry to do this. Can you describe what was in that room again? I got a bit carried away. I got a bit invested in the other room and forgot what my room is. What's in it?
Okay. In this chamber, there are control panels like the one on the access point that you saw on the surface, covering all of the walls, and it's a pyramid-shaped chamber.
Yeah.
That's all you can see.
Oh, so there's no image.
hello,
There's no.
Professor. Greetings to Professor Brainy Specs. How you doing?
He came here for the party. I'm sorry, the nibbles are gone. Maybe there's a froob in the refrigerator. I'm not sure.
Froob.
Do you remember froob?
I like the sound of that.
Oh, the
Funny
fruit.
sound. Froob.
It's like it's a yogurty thing, isn't it?
I
A
don't
fruity.
know.
Yeah,
heard
it's
of
like-
yogurt.
Fiendish feet. They were great.
Mm,
Fiendish feet. They
Yeah.
rock.
them yogurty things are good for first aid. If you've got a child, you can freeze them, and if they get stung or something, you can take them out of the freezer, and they're very good because you could eat it as well as it fixing whatever's wrong.
exactly. Numbs the
Oh,
pain, and you can have it for afters.
Sounds like a plan.
Sort of pudding-based
Question is-
painkiller.
What are you guys
Yes.
doing? I don't know what these hand signals are for.
Yeah, the directing airplanes or something. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't remember the rest of it. So
fast as lightning. It was a bit
Can
little
we-
bit frightening.
so wait a
They
minute.
had expert timing.
Out. You've got 10 minutes remaining.
They
No,
have
we
not
have
got
got-
10 minutes. They've got 40 minutes.
Enough of your gaslighting.
Oh,
We've all got watches on. Oh shoot! So, is that the Iconian? Can we scan it to figure out what it does and how to? I'm assuming we. So is this? So you said there's only 2 floors. We were on one of them. Then we came down to this floor. So where are the rest of the Romulans? I wonder if we should do a wide beam shoot to kill thing, because maybe they're disguised as something, like maybe they're hiding behind the furniture, or they're going to come out and say surprise.
Maybe they are the furniture.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, they could be very crafty people. So
Sorry,
maybe.
Sofa is people.
What's that? Say again, sorry.
Soylent Sofa, it's people. So are you scanning?
Well, I think a scanner in one hand and a pistol in the other, or a phaser, I should say. So yeah, I don't know. Every time we go to scan, it's kind of like raising shields in a question of Trek. I always regret it. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to shut it down. So we could just start shooting control panels and see what happens there. Or
Bad idea. If you shoot control panel, you might not be
Don't
able to shut it
smiling. I
down.
don't know. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm grinning, and Tabby was clearly in pain from that idea. Oh.
well, I kept stum while you guys were like shocking yourselves with books.
That wasn't a good idea either. You should have told us.
Well, I've got the solution to all these problems.
Yes, but I think it might be a bit kaboomy.
and we're still there. Don't forget. So So we don't have any flashbangs or anything like. We have no grenades or anything.
Unfortunately, not.
Well, you can always
I
ask
think
me
they
to
get
beam
Patrick
them
to
down.
beam you some down.
Because I think the rest of the sorry.
Get Patrick to beam some down because you've got this transport system.
We do have that, unless you broke it with the
Not
books.
to get over 1,200 from Quark.
Oh my lord.
Well, I mean, we can improvise. We can get a phaser, set it to overload, and throw it in the room.
Suddenly, the lights dim, and a hum of energy grows louder and louder, almost as if just coming into the room has caused something to happen. Something has been set off. So if
the
someone has
PIR.
flipped a switch nearby, turning on some great machine that is draining power. A voice echoes through the complex, speaking Iconian. You recognize it as a countdown.
Oh dear. Well,
Unfortunately, you're too late to react, and the gateway is activated. There's a rumbling beneath you, and as the corridor starts to change once more, the doorway to the lift starts to close, but a doorway at the other end of the corridor opens. Another corridor leads further down.
What
Oh my.
Monty connected the on switch to the gate to a PIR in the power room? It's weird engineering.
Yes.
Well, if the power room is the power room, could we not put a bunch of phasers on overload, toss them in, and then head? I guess is it taken as read that the we're not going to make it to the lift on time?
Unfortunately, you're definitely not making it to the lift on time.
So then we have to go. I guess we can only go. There's only one way. The only way up is down.
Or you can activate the transport enhancer and be beamed aboard.
Fair point.
That is true. And then there's the nukes. Wouldn't it be the height of irony if the only way out of this was to nuke the planet? But he was right the whole time.
Mr. Commander Dowd, prepare to be beamed aboard as soon as the enhancers are activated.
Hang on, we've still got some time left yet. We need to finish the investigation, and we can beam ourselves up.
I think we should get out of here.
Well, but the Iconians have now got a countdown and I did take an Iconian extension course at the Learning Annex, and I don't think it's going to give us 45 minutes before it does whatever it's going to do. So I think we need to act quickly by destroying the gateway. Maybe that's what's in the floor below us. So we either beam aboard, I guess, or we go further down the shaft.
And the longer
if
you
we
wait,
go further down to the shaft, we can beam one of Patrick's favorite nukes into the middle of the thing. That might be more effective.
So do we go? Yeah.
Well, I can beam you lot back, and then beam the nuke with red matter down on a timer.
But we still don't know how it will interact with the Iconian technology. We may be worse off than we thought.
Well, red matter does destroy a planet.
True, it does do that. It takes a little minute, but if we break one of these gateways, it may cause rips in time and space and all the other things. My trousers.
We definitely don't want rips in your trousers.
I think we should take that risk.
Well, you're the commanding officer. I guess we.
This is clearly a menace to the Federation. With great risk.
What? And you guys aren't?
Yeah, I think we're a close second.
Right, before we do something, that book, is it a reality or is it a book? Whatever I picked up.
It appears to be a depiction of what actually happened. It's a historical event.
Find some way to pick up one of these books, and we'll take it back to bring it back to the ship, and where it can be studied under controlled conditions.
Can I just remind you guys that an Iconian gateway has opened up below you, and you came here for a reason.
Yes.
We need to shut it somehow. We need to work out how to shut it safely.
The neural parasites are doing this for a reason, guys.
Yeah, they're trying to invade. So
And
we
we've
do
got the
need
whole
to.
control room.
Enigma to Commander Dowd. You've got 5 minutes before our launch.
Ooh.
Right. We need to do a tricorder scan, I think, of whatever's in that gateway. And how are we going to work out how this thing works?
Is there a manual somewhere?
Yeah, we need a manual for it.
Well, there's not likely to be a book laying around saying Iconian Gateway for Dummies.
Yeah, we need to shut that gateway down. I guess, do you want it smart or do you want it fast?
I like option 1, but I suppose we should vote.
Both
Go ahead,
options together.
go ahead with your plan to overload a few phasers and throw them in the power room.
But then what happens to us?
I was going to say they're already in there, but we're not.
Well, you throw the phasers in, and I'll beam you out. And then as soon as we've registered the power room being disabled, we'll fire the nukes.
Well, and if the Romulans are in the power room, maybe that's 2 birds with 1 piece of bread. Like we'll disable the power supply to the Iconian gateway, and we'll take out or perhaps bruise the rest of the Romulans because they are quite hardy.
There's a possible flaw to this plan in that the power room is a control room, not necessarily the room where the power is actually transmitted. So if we destroy the controls, we may stop it being possible to turn off the power if the power is actually coming from someone that's not, in fact, the power room. Right? So what we may need to do is investigate the controls and see how to operate them to turn the power off, to disable the gateway, preferably permanently.
Well, then maybe we take a leaf out of Scooby-Doo's book. We split up, and you and Velma go down to the basement and try to sort out, and then maybe I'll stay up in the power room. Plan B, as it were.
Let's try plan B. Sure.
Okay, we go with a plan B.
Okay, so 2 of you are going downstairs, and 2 of you are staying up.
Yeah, Shaggy and Scoob are going down.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I can bring up the next.
Although maybe it should be Krista and I, because I think I'm more sciencey than Tabby. If we end up having to do sciencey stuff, and Tabby's more weapony and security than I.
Claw-y.
And yes, that too.
So I should stay in the power room?
Well, it's a thought.
Well, we can do that. That's fine.
And you've got lots of books to read if you get bored.
I'm not going to be touching those, but I might look at the controls.
I'm going to say, I think you should just stand outside the control room.
Enigma 2 away team, you've got 2.5 minutes.
God, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. It's just.
Timey what?
It's also that as a Microsoft progress bar.
So, is this what you're doing? Commander Dowd and Krista are going down the stairs.
Yes.
Well, down the corridor. Okay, after the power room, the corridor turns to the left and slopes downwards. In the distance, blue light flickers in a large chamber. On a dais in the chamber, in the center of this pyramid-shaped room, keeping with the theme, 2 spiral arches curve inward toward each other, but never actually meet. Between the arches, blue energy shimmers like the waves of an ocean. A Romulan commander stands before the arch, her face awash in its blue glow. Control stations line the wall, manned by 7 Romulan scientists.
Sounds like a computer game from about 1998 with all this coloured lighting. But yes.
Sorry,
Right.
so there's the Romulan commander and then 7 scientists. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that's the rest
This is
of the
channeling
Romulans then,
Blake
is it?
Patrick, can you beam some more people down here?
There you go. There's the entire room.
Oh, okay. So 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay, so that's everybody else. There's no Romulan lurking behind a,
There's no one else in the power
pillar
room.
or something. Okay. So maybe so we need to take this thing out.
We need to get
Are
some
we-
help. Get Farron, send another set of people down, please, because we're going to get attacked. I have the feeling.
I can't because all the rest of the guards are guarding the captain and the rest of the bridge crew.
Yeah, Farron's pretty much in control of the entire ship right now with an effective coup.
I think we're on our own down here.
Yes.
Can we surreptitiously
You send a ship
scan
or something down. Send me somebody.
the cook?
Okay, I've been,
Yes, the cook.
well, I've been down Ensign Kim.
The bar. I thought we already had him.
Give me 1 second. Let me grab this guy from here. You've got an extra security, dude. There you
Okay.
go.
And be happy I've sent you one.
Yeah.
All right.
He's managed
So-
to get in.
Okay. Can we is there any use to scanning the gateway so we can figure out how to disable it?
You can
Can-
try, but as you come in, the Romulan commander turns around and sees you.
No.
Sorry,
Tops.
you did just beam a dude into the room. It makes a noise.
You idiots.
Oh, turn around, bright eyes.
On seeing the beam in and the Starfleet officers with them, the Romulan commander orders the Romulans to attack.
There's no place for cover except to go back out into the corridor. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah, you could attempt to cover because
Well, we could stand behind Harry Kim.
well, for a start, these are alcoves. So
Yeah, go.
Okay.
But I'm going to go for some cover.
that would be a very good idea. And let me just quickly bring up the thing about combat because I'm going to need that, aren't I? What is it that we use? We roll control and
Be prepared
security for range.
to be beamed back aboard.
They're in a firefight at the moment, so I get to go first because I initiated combat. Miss. Oh. Difficulty 2. Miss. Hit. Ooh. I'm going to shoot at your new security guard.
Well, you should. He's the one that gave the game away by beaming in so loudly.
3 damage. Ooh,
You two
he's
wanted
got
me to beam him down.
3 damage. Security dude. He's taken 3 damage, so he's now on 8.
Ooh. I got to plug my phone in. It's going low. Hold on.
5, 6. One more hit. I'm going to attack Captain Dad this time.
No.
4 damage.
Oh, is that a lot?
I
Does that
believe your
hurt?
stress level is 11. So
I think it's actually 10.
oh my goodness.
Let me look. Hold on. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I have 10.
You've got 6 now. Sorry. And the final one with the Romulan commander is going to shoot at Krista and misses.
Right,
Chris has
I
got
want to
all
fire
that.
back at this. I want to fire back at this dude.
Absolutely. So I need you to roll 2d20 and your target is 10 or less.
9 and 1.
Okay, you've definitely hit. So what I need you to do now is roll 4. Oh, is it? Hang on. No, it's not 4, is it? Give me 1 second because it's a phaser rifle that everyone's using, which means that it's. I need you to roll 6d6, please.
Wow. It's a lot of rolling.
I've got 5, 3, 4, 4, 1.
Okay, that is 2 damage plus a special effect. The effect I would recommend, given that there's only one, is an extra damage point. Do you want to go for that?
Yeah, I do.
Cool. So that's 3 onto one of the doodlingers. So give me 1 second to bring up the thing again. Right, Romulans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, Rom C. Amanda, which one are you firing at?
I'm gonna have a go at this dude that's most closest to me, wherever I am. I don't know, where am I?
You're the Andorian lady.
You're the blue lady.
I'm the blue lady in an alcove. Okay, well, I'm just gonna fire at him there because he's the nearest.
Okay, so that one guy. Right, but let me just quickly check the stats. That's his stats. How many's he got? Is what I'm really looking for. He has 12. So you got 3. So he has now 9. Okay. I need to know what Lieutenant Dowd is doing.
I'm going to power my rifle up to disintegrate, annihilate, conflagrate, whatever, puree, and I want to take out the. I'm going to crouch so I make a smallest target as possible, and I want to shoot the Romulan lady in the front of the gate. I'm hoping she has the queen or whatever it is, and when she dies, the rest of them will all just sort of topple over. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be nice. Okay, I need control plus security, whatever number you've got for that, and 2d20 on that.
Control and security. Control is 8, security is 1, so that's 9.
Okay.
Weak as water. Weak as water. And it's 2d20, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 and 3.
8.
Oh, that's 2 successes.
Yes. So if I could have 6d6 to see how much damage you do to her.
I'm going to have to change the light bulb for that. 6d6. Okay. Come on, big money, big money. 2, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5.
Wow. So
I
that.
know.
So you had 2 2s, yeah?
Oh, hold on. Let me go back. 1, 2.
1 2. Okay.
2 4s.
And 3 5s.
Correct.
Okay, so you've got a total of 5 damage there, plus 2 effects. Given that you've got 2 effects, you could go for a disarm, or you could go for a second target, or you could do 2 bonus damage.
Bonus damage.
Disintegrate wasn't enough. Heavens. Yeah, more damage.
Okay, so that's 7 damage to the commander lady, who is, of course, on 12. So that's she's down to 5. She's really badly hurt. So that is interesting. We will come to everyone else in a moment because
it can all fire as the security guard.
In a moment you can, because at this point, the blue light inside the gateway dissipates to reveal a lifeless landscape of craggy stones and an ocean which appears to have boiled away a long time ago. The dim white dwarf star is the only star in the pitch black sky. The planet is in a distant region of our galaxy, devoid of other stars, a single dying star far beyond all the other stars. The Romulan commander lets out an inhuman cry and drops to her knees before the portal. No! No, no, it cannot be. All these centuries I have led my children through the stars in search of a world to colonize before our own died. All these centuries wasted. It cannot be. 6 years ago, I heard my sister's distant signal from Earth. I came in answer, but our ship crashed on this world. We fled our broken host bodies for these Romulans. They had already discovered the gateway. They'd done much of our work for us. I finally found our salvation, and I'm too late. Our world is dead. We are the last of our kind. My brother, put away your weapons. Federation, we are at your mercy. Please, in exchange for our lives, I offer our services. We seek peace, not war. Leave the Romulans to us, and we will leave the Federation and your allies alone. And when we have gained full control of the Romulan Empire, we will sue for peace, so ending decades of hostilities between our two governments. Together, we can usher in a new era, a new beginning. What say you?
Look, sister, we've all got our sad stories.
Bit of a Statue of Liberty on the beach in Planet of the Apes.
And I said that's just a load of rubbish.
I'm entirely sure I trust these fellas.
Bugs are untrustworthy. I say we kill them all.
Enable to Lieutenant Dowd, Commander Dowd.
Say what?
I said Enigma to Commander Dowd.
Mm-hmm.
I've monitored the situation. They've caused enough trouble. We're not going to have any peace. Prepare to beam yourselves aboard the ship, back to the ship, and then I am going to fire the nukes.
Is this really how you
I don't
disable
want
this
to take
gateway?
any chances of them going back on what they claim. They're clearly a menace to the Federation.
Well, shouldn't they answer for their crimes? I mean, sir, do you even watch the show?
Do we need one of them to work this bloody gateway? Because none of us have got a clue.
We're not going to try and work this gateway. We're going to destroy it.
Yeah, but we need to work it to destroy it.
Krista has a point. Can we see if we can? We don't trust these fellows, but maybe we can pretend that we do in order to get them to close down the gateway.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, maybe we could send them all through the gateway and then close it down. But I'm not sure we could persuade them to do that.
Commander Dowd, ask them if they will shut the gate down first.
Tabby, that's a great idea. We send them through there first, then shut it.
No, they're not going to. They're not going to want to go to a ruined planet.
They're getting nuked whether they like it or not.
Oh, I love this particular ending to the morality tale.
Well, there is, of course, that course of action, but could we not? Could we capture them and make them face justice for their crimes?
No,
many crimes.
It's too dangerous.
How is it too dangerous? Rolling. Keep
Because
those wagons rolling.
they can easily infect people higher up in the Federation like they did before.
Well, they only were able to do that because they had the element of surprise. They are now demoralized. They're found out.
I'm not going to take that chance.
Well, unless I miss my guess, we're both lieutenant commanders now.
Yeah, but I'm in charge of the ship.
Only because I'm going along with it.
If it comes to it, I'll take it up with Admiral Picard.
Yes,
I don't think he'd like that very much.
One
He'll agree with me.
And they are very.
The Council.
They're very sturdy.
Back me up.
I mean, one thing that may be said for Farron's suggestion is that I'm not sure how exactly we'd contain them, or whether we've got a box big enough to put them all in.
And we don't know how many of them are still out there.
Right. The other issue we've got is we're well outnumbered by these people, and they're not very easy to kill.
And not
Can I
very
also
friendly.
point out one thing. You do kind of have an idea how many there are, because she's just told you that they'd like to take over the entire Romulan Star Empire.
So
Quite a
does
few.
Does that mean there's more of them in other places?
And there's bound to be a lot of them on this planet.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
you
can't just get rid of these people, and we need. It's one of them. We need to. The problem is they don't talk, and they seem to think that they're immune to everything. So that is where the problem is. But now they are talking. But are they talking with sympathy because they need something?
We've beamed the commander up with us under heavy guard and heavy restraint.
Just her?
We don't want her. We want a scientist.
And we want one that's higher up the food chain.
Can we maybe reserve our position in our negotiations with them? Tell them that we're interested in what they're saying, but we need to get a lot more information before we make any decisions. We need to speak to the commander and the scientist in detail and have much more understanding of how the gateway works.
The commander and one scientist can beam up.
Well, okay.
Let's do that. Patrick's suggestion, perhaps, if everyone suggests, perhaps a good one at this stage.
Beam them directly to the brig.
Well, shall we have them shut it? Pardon?
They need a force field or something around them as well, because them things seem to spread quite easily.
That's why I said beam them directly to the brig.
With a force field, yes.
Yeah, with a force field.
Our ship must be 3/4 brig.
Don't you already have Isn't the brig full with members of the crew?
Yeah, it's a bit.
The crew are in cargo bay too.
Oh, right, okay. So who was in the brig? The Romulans?
Romulans before I beamed them into the sun.
Oh my goodness.
So we may have an opening. We may have some vacancies in there.
Well, we've got some vacancies, so let's fill the vacancies. This seems a good plan. Take two of them, and we'll have the rest down there, and then that might be good because they don't know what each other's saying. These things, they're telepathic, aren't they?
Reach the transporter room 3. Beam beam the Romulan commander and one scientist directly to the brig, level 20 force field, and then beam the away team directly to the bridge.
Well, shouldn't they switch off the gate first?
Beam us all.
Turn off the gate first, as a sign of good faith.
We've got to find out how to turn off the gate, haven't we? We need to speak to the scientists and the commander to do that.
Yeah, I think before we do anything, we need them as a sign of good faith, because I do believe we should seem conciliatory. Is have them switch it off, and then I'd like to know where the queen is. The queen's in one, because if you kill the queen, you kill them all. They all sort of go bugger up. So if I believe the woman commander or whatever she was, the commander, like, she's the linchpin. She's already damaged. She's already hurt. So we can either, I mean, because she'll be able, like, I think we might need her, especially if there are more out there. It would be nice to be able to identify them and root them out.
But what you are authorized to transport in about to the brig?
Yeah. Based on previous information from the last infection from the parasites in the Federation, killing the controlling one, the Queen, will kill the rest of that group. They're basically the Queen's children.
So we either kill her, or we take advantage of that. I mean, the way they were talking, it made them sound like they were the head, the big cheese, as it were. So I think we either have to destroy her or take her into custody while she's weak and damaged.
But if she's the queen, she might be able to multiply.
As What should we
Well,
say?
then.
And that's a massive security risk.
Patrick's right. She's a security risk. We need to get her to turn that gateway off somehow, because she obviously knows how it works better than what we do.
Right, Commander Dowd, request turns off the gate, and then you will make a request. Then you will request your commanding officer to bring her aboard.
That's a bit of a risk. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, we could say.
It's just to lure her into a false sense of security and to turn off the gate.
I think we get her to turn off the gate and kill them all.
That's why I want to nuke the place.
Well, we kill them all by killing her.
But those two keep stalling.
If you just remember that it is a possibility that by killing the Queen, you could save the Romulans. The infected Romulans that are currently being used as meat puppets by these parasites.
I guess it depends how long they've been infected, right? If they've been infected for a long time, they'll die. If they haven't been, then and then they'll owe us one.
Do they care about owing us one?
Right, Commander,
Well,
ask her
the
to turn off the
Romulans, they
gate.
don't.
I mean, I think I don't know. I think we should just kill her. We'll figure out how to turn the gate. Is no longer a huge issue because it's only open to a desert planet or something. We can get Starfleet science in here to sort that out. I think the quickest. Let's take the shortest. The shortest distance between two places is a straight line straight through that lady. So let's. I mean. It's hard to say. I don't enjoy saying it, but I think we all need to train our phases on her. Or maybe if you could send us down a personal nuke, maybe.
Personal nuke.
Baby nuke.
I'll beam you lot back aboard, and then we'll fire a nuke without red matter, and Starfleet scientists can study the remains.
In
about 10,000 years.
Or we could say, okay, let's talk about it aboard. We'll beam up. So 12 will beam up, but only 3 will materialize. If you know what I mean.
I'm not risking Federation security.
And I understood what Dowd said. We'd say we'd beam all of them up, but we'd beam most of us on board and then just dump that other extra in the space. Just leave it there, and then we could just shoot it.
Just let them just disperse their particles to the solar winds.
Emptying the buffer.
Yeah.
Taking out the trash.
Reach the transporter rooms 3. Log onto the Romulans and beam them directly into the sun.
The sun's too far away. You'd have to move.
I think we just disperse the patterns.
Okay.
Had I better set up that transporter extended Wi-Fi booster?
Log onto the Romulans and beam them directly into space.
Sorry, Tabby, what did you say?
Had I better set up the Wi-Fi booster?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, getting the pattern
the Wi-Fi booster
would be a good idea. So we're all in agreement. Yes, we're beaming up, but only 3 of you. Well, the Starfleet ones are coming home.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. There were a few more of us, weren't there?
And the 3 Romulans were beaming up. We'll go into space.
Well, I don't know that they should be whole in space. I think they should be just their particles dispersed. Not reassembled, just.
I don't think we can leave any of them with this Iconian gateway because they're going to call for help.
That's why I'm going to blow up the thing.
Can you just blow it up, though? That's my question.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
I've got the nuke with red matter. It'll blow up the whole planet.
Yes,
But then we don't know how many are infected all over the place. That's not going to help the situation.
I mean,
we need to find out how many more are infected and where they are.
And in the same way you can't blow up a black hole.
We need one of them alive or something.
Well, but if we kill the, if we kill the queen, the rest will all perish anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a better idea. We'll beam you lot back aboard with 3 of them, including the queen, and then we'll have the transport buffer cleared of all Romulans, and only rematerialize Federation people.
Yeah.
All right, so nobody's at this gateway.
And then I'm gonna fire my nukes at the planet.
Zoe, will that actually work though? That's the question. Zoe's smiling.
Have you never seen the first JJ Star Trek film?
Okay, I can confirm that based on what happened in the Next Generation, where we saw an Iconian gateway, and the information that I've got in the adventure texts, that a simple set of high explosives from the Federation will destroy the gate. So nuking it will work.
All right, well, let's just do Patrick's thing then.
Let's do that. You'll get. Don't put it, Patrick. Don't bring that queen on board. You don't want her.
Can I propose a slight change? Let's beam aboard one infected Romulan, just to see if our theory works, that the commander was the queen, and that killing her, eradicating her as a threat, if that Romulan, the Romulan we save, maybe the only one that didn't shoot at us, maybe that one, that will be sort of our experiment. It'll sort of prove. It'll be our proof of theory, I suppose. So, if they materialize and subsequently die, or the thing comes out however it wants to come out, then we can be safe in the knowledge that we have in fact killed the queen.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Reach the transporter room 3, beam the away team directly to the bridge, and beam one Romulan directly to the brig.
Or maybe to sick bay or a science lab that can.
No, I don't want to take the risk. It's the brig or not at all.
Okay.
Well, I'm setting up the Wi-Fi extender.
The brig station.
Yeah, thank you, Tabby.
Okay.
What do I need to roll to fire my nukes with red matter?
In a minute. Let me do it 1 minute at a time. So,
First things first, mate.
So, you beam up successfully. The Starfleet members arrive on the bridge. It's very empty. It's a very empty bridge. There's just Patrick here. And you successfully arrive. The Romulans are still in the transport buffer. One of the Romulans beams into the brig, even. At that point, they collapse and they die.
Okay, so we purged the pattern buffer.
Yes, yeah, I think that was the idea. Yeah, you purged the pattern buffer.
Because we've proved 2 things: that we got the queen, and that the other Romulans are too far gone to be saved at this point.
Yeah.
What about the ones that we beamed down?
But we keep the Romulan that's in the brig as evidence to the Romulan Star Empire about the parasites.
Yeah. Tabby's just brought up a very good point. What about the one that you beamed down to the planet earlier on? Are you bringing him home?
I think
The one that wasn't infected.
Because he wasn't infected, and he can go back to your friends and tell them what you witnessed here today.
Yes, we definitely want to get that Romulan away. You can't just kill people with their Romulans.
Okay, you beam him up as well.
Yeah, he's our PR guy now.
So yeah, we need to treat him nicely and give him the food that he wants and the drinks that he wants, and keep him sweet so that when he goes back, he can say some good, nice things.
Keep him sweet.
In my quarters, there's a bottle of Romulan ale. You can give that to the Romulan.
Oh, where are you getting all this stuff from? So, the only question now is, what do you do about the gateway? And I believe that Ferren has been itching for weeks to do a certain thing with this with this Iconian gateway.
I think we need to contact our higher ups to see what they think, they may want to study it or something. What I mean,
Not worth the risk.
what risk? The risk of what?
The gods already told them that there's a big risk of keeping Iconian jump gates. It needs to be destroyed.
Oh, okay. Well, on your head be it. I support you.
If there's any remains, they can be studied afterwards.
Should we let Farron do his thing with the kaboomies?
Okay, I need
Kaboomies.
Farron, I will need from you a control plus security check on 2d20.
Right, control and security.
And
Control
after all
11
this, we find out all of his nukes are duds. Sorry.
Was that 2d20?
Yep.
Well, I've got a 5 and a 7.
Okay, and the computer has a success as well because it would be, of course, assisting. So, Farron, you tap in the coordinates and fire a red matter-laced nuke at the planet. I can't believe I'm saying this. As the torpedo flies toward its destination.
And I fired 3 of them.
Pew, pew, pew. As the torpedoes fly toward their destination, you just get a quick glimpse on the view screen of this sudden bright white flash. And then the planet begins to crumble and contract in on itself. Within seconds, the entire place is just a molten mess of red-hot volcanic ash that swirls and contracts and then is gone.
So should we sort of back up so we don't get stuck in the gravity well?
It might be a good idea if you reverse
I'll make sure we weren't in range before. I did make sure we weren't in range before I fired the nukes.
Tabby, could I have a quick control plus con check from you, please?
Control plus con, not control plus alt plus delete.
No,
Right,
don't
so-
do that.
Control is 9 and con is 2.
Yep.
And you want a dice roll?
Yes, on 2d20, please.
7 and 2.
7 and 2. So yes, you successfully managed to fly the ship out of the way.
Good
Oh.
start.
The ship is no longer in threat, and the Federation is saved. The neural parasite threat is no longer here. There
It'd
you
be
go.
interesting to see who just keels over dead over the next little while.
Yes, across the whole of the Romulan Empire, and potentially the Federation and the Klingons too.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, bleep 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 diddly deep. Emergency medical hologram to bridge. Is anyone there?
Report, Doctor.
Commander, we have a problem. It's difficult for me to say this, but we definitely have a saboteur on board. We found during a routine sweep in one of the security junction rooms in a small container. It appears to be it's hard to explain. It's some kind of vase or jar or perhaps a bucket, and there's residue from a shapeshifter. We appear to have a changeling on board.
Not bucket, it's bouquet.
I'm sorry. There appears to be a bouquet in a security.
Good old keeping up appearances reference.
And at that,
Ensign Tabby, are we traveling at warp yet?
I didn't hear the question. I'm very sorry.
Are we traveling at warp?
Are we traveling at warp? Are we traveling at warp? I think we're trying to travel at warp, but I'm not sure quite whether the engine room can get us more than about 20 miles an hour in the next couple of weeks.
Pedal faster, Tabby. Pedal faster.
Look onto that changeling and beam him directly into the sun.
For finding it first, isn't it?
yes,
I think I don't know. That's it seems a bit far fetched to have a changeling bouquet.
Unfortunately, you've got to remember we are at the point in Star Trek where it's not possible to identify a changeling simply by doing a scan, because they've got the ability these days to fully replicate form. So they walk amongst you. Dum, dum, dum.
How long can a changeling go without changing?
I believe it's 18 hours.
So that's how long. Then
Then they have to revert.
Do they need the bucket?
Not necessarily.
No.
They could just seep into a goo on the floor.
So we need to monitor everyone on the ship to see if it's taken to go on the floor.
Set off the security junction room, and then whatever Gareth wanted to do in the last episode of DS9 on the female changeling, that would stop her changing.
Oh, that would require yes.
Yeah.
But I am going to say on that bombshell that there's a changeling on board. We will end tonight's adventure.
That's all we need.
So,
tune in for next week's thrilling episode.
Yes, I will look up the rules on advancement of characters, because I think you all deserve a bit of advancement in terms of skills and things like that. For your,
but didn't you say 2 weeks ago? A few weeks ago, I'm in line for a court martial.
Yeah, we say a lot of things on this show. You did just save the Federation.
Yeah,
but
how many planets did I nuke to do it?
Only a handful.
One planet, one space station, and I think you devastated a former Klingon mining colony.
And
that's not too bad. I'll accept that.
Well, when you list them like that, it does seem a bit severe.
But guys, I hope you've really enjoyed this. I've
power sorting Romulans into a sun.
Yes, you did. You have committed many, many war crimes. In the name of the Federation.
A transport buffer.
Oh,
committed mutiny.
What Starfleet officer hasn't done a little bit of mass murder in their time?
I believe it's called cowboy diplomacy.
But guys, seriously, I really hope you've enjoyed this, because I've really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I hope you'll all come back for the next story. Did I? Oh no, I just cleared the screen. That's great. So I hope you'll come back for the next story, because I've really enjoyed it. But
you'll have to come up with a story.
Yes. I'll be doing a fun one next, the Changeling Menace.
Yeah, but hopefully one that's seen me transferred off the Enigma and onto a nice Nova class ship, please.
You want to go on a Nova class?
More nukes. He wants one with more nukes and more weaponry.
We're just going to give him a flying gun.
Yeah, exactly. What kind of ship is the Enigma again? I've forgotten already.
Galaxy class.
And remember,
right, okay.
Where the Nova class is a destroyer, is a dreadnought. In Star Trek, Nova class is a science ship.
That's true.
It is.
I won't have nukes on there. And besides, we fired the last of my nukes in red matter.
Oh,
maybe
good.
maybe that's where they'll send you out of self-defense.
So, guys, I hope you'll consider coming back for the show for next week, and we could even set you up with a new character.
Yeah, create a proper character.
Next week, because I'm camping, so
fair enough.
I don't know whether I'll actually have any signal, and if I do, it'll be mobile phone that I'll have to, and somebody will have to. Yeah.
But that's fine. You're always welcome. I hope you've had a good time tonight, and you're always welcome whenever you're around.
Yeah.
No, it was great having some new blood.
Absolutely. Fresh blood is said in that vampiric style.
Well, nearly spilt blood at this point. Yeah, no, that was great fun. My very first experience was a good one.
Yay! Right, all that's left to say is thank you very much for joining me, and to everyone who's been watching tonight. I hope you've had a good time. Live long and prosper.
Cheerio. Good night.
Ta-ra.